Hello, my dear sisters in Christ, and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're here today, and whether you're watching live or catching the replay, it means a lot that you're taking this time to care for your health and your soul. If you're here live, I'd love it if you would say hello in the chat and tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to know where our little Orthodox wellness community is tuning in from today. So before we start, and to give you a chance to type in the chat if you're watching, if this is your first time meeting me, I'm Elizabeth Rotoff. I help Orthodox Christian women reboot their metabolism, balance their hormones, and feel strong in body and spirit without dieting or burnout, even during fasting seasons. I'm a personal trainer, nutrition coach, voice teacher, Orthodox Christian, choir director of our church, and a triathlon enthusiast, and someone who believes that health is an ascetic struggle. My approach brings together whole food, plant-based nutrition, joyful movement, and an Orthodox mindset, all rooted in life of service, faith, and simplicity. This space is all about making that journey feel doable, peaceful, and full of grace. So I guess no one's in the chat yet, but again, if you are just joining us now, please write in the chat where you're watching from, and because I do want to know where our community is based. And hopefully we'll get more people along as we go on, since this is the very first broadcast. So I'm just going to dive right into it. Today we're going to talk about simple ways to eat more anti-inflammatory foods during the summer. And, we have the Dormition fast not too far from now, so this is a good time to already start thinking about the kinds of foods you can incorporate into your Dormition fast. But summer is one of the times when it's easiest and most powerful way to support your health with these anti-inflammatory foods, especially during the warmer months when our bodies naturally crave the lightness and hydration that many of these foods bring. So we're going to dive in and talk about what exactly is systemic inflammation and why should we even care. So first of all, let's just a quick overview of what inflammation is. It's your body's natural response, your immune system's natural response to injury or disease in your body. So like if you have a cut, I know I keep getting scratches from my cat, and every time there's a little bit of redness that comes along, and that's just your body's natural defense against any kind of infection that might come in. But then we have something that we call systemic inflammation, which can lead to chronic inflammation. And that's when your body's immune system stays on, even when there's no infection or injury to fight. It's like your internal fire alarm going off 24/7, subtly wearing down your energy, hormones, mood, and metabolism. So let me know in the chat, have you ever dealt with things like brain fog, joint pain, low energy, or stubborn weight gain that just won't budge? Those can all be signs of chronic inflammation. And just like the passions inflame the soul and cloud the nous, this physical inflammation clouds the body's ability to heal, to think clearly, and stay resilient. And it's kind of a catch-22. If we have this physical inflammation, it can actually affect our spiritual inflammation as well. But let's take some words from St. John Chrysostom. He said, "Which should we say more truly feasted, He whose diet was herbs and who was in sound health and suffered no uneasiness, or he who had the table of a sybarite and was full of 10,000 disorders. And that's from St. John Chrysostom's homily 20 on 2 Corinthians. So these are wise words. True nourishment leads to peace, not chaos. So just a little side note, whenever we see the word herbs biblically or in early Christian fathers, such as what St. John said in that time, this collectively refers to all edible plants, including leafy greens and other vegetables. So they knew the importance of their vegetables even back then. Okay, so what can we do about inflammation? So here are 7 simple ways to invite more anti-inflammatory foods and goodness onto your plate this summer. So 1, eat the rainbow, especially berries and greens. God made food in colors for a reason. It's not just in the sky that we have the rainbow. We can have the rainbow on our plates. So we have strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, spinach, kale, arugula. All are rich in antioxidants that calm inflammation and feed your mitochondria. And if you remember back to your high school biology, mitochondria are the powerhouse of your cells, and they need this. They really love this kind of food. And the bonus is all these foods are in season now. So if you're watching, just pop into the chat or the comments. What's your favorite summer berry? I love all of them, but I really, one thing that we do every summer is go strawberry picking, and there's nothing that beats those sunworm just picked strawberries. I've also started growing some blueberries and raspberries in my garden, so they're not ready this year, but hopefully soon, and then we'll have a bounty of berries. Okay, the second thing you can do is visit your local farmer's market. Local, fresh, and seasonal equals more nutrients and fewer inflammatory preservatives. So there's something soul-soothing about connecting with your local food growers. You get to know which farmers grow without pesticides and herbicides. And of course, it builds that sense of community. Plus, nothing tastes better than something that was just picked that morning. Of course, some people actually like to grow their own foods. I'm a budding vegetable gardener now. So what do you prefer, your own garden, or do you go to a farmer's market? So let me know in the comments what you're doing for that. Okay, this brings me to our third point. Add fresh herbs to everything. Basil, oregano, parsley, mint, rosemary, all contain power anti-inflammatory compounds. You can sprinkle them into soups, salads, or even fruit bowls. And if you're not a green thumb, it's one of those easiest things to grow. You can make your own small herb garden if you're looking to start trying to grow some of your own food. It's a great way to start. And you can even just do it on your windowsill. Excuse me. So what herbs are you growing or buying this summer? Now, point 4, you want to upgrade your fats. Ditch the seed oils, which are high in inflammatory polyunsaturated fats, or PUFAs, sometimes we call them. Instead, focus on monounsaturated fats like extra virgin olive oil and avocado, and foods high in anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids like flax seeds and walnuts. These healthy fats fight inflammation, support brain health, and stabilize blood sugar. So our fifth point is hydrate with purpose. Water is a must in the summer heat. But if you're not a fan of water, try infused waters with cucumber, lemon, or mint. Or go for anti-inflammatory teas like green tea or hibiscus. The thing is, hydration can mimic inflammation by increasing cortisol or stress hormone and slowing the detox process in our bodies. And you definitely want to stay on top of hydration if you're a singer like me, or singing in your church choir or a reader. And, those liturgy mornings when you're fasting, you want to make sure you're on top of your hydration so that you can last that morning without any hydration. And that takes some forward pre-loading of hydration in the days before. So make sure you're staying hydrated. And our sixth point is swap sweets for naturally sweet fruits. Instead of sugary desserts, enjoy watermelon, peaches, or frozen grapes. God gave us desserts that grow on trees. If your kids love popsicles, then you can make your own healthy ones by freezing smoothies, or one of my favorites is to blend watermelon with strawberries and put that in the popsicle forms, and just can't beat that on a really hot summer day. And our seventh and final point is keep it simple. You don't need to do gourmet. A lentil salad, a bowl of greens with tahini dressing, or a cold watermelon soup can do wonders. Simplicity is part of the healing, and simple can be delicious. If we're really following our Orthodox calendar and have our Wednesdays and Fridays, quite often they're strict days, so we can really take that time to practice before the Dormition fast on finding that simplicity and eating more of these healthy healing foods. Remember the ascetic wisdom of the Church. Those who use the most frugal fare are the strongest, the healthiest, and the noblest. That's from Clement of Alexandria. And we can also take a warning from St. Isaac the Syrian in his ascetical homilies. And take this warning to heart to avoid inflammation. He says, "O glutton, bent on the worship of your own belly, it is better for you to cast a live coal into your stomach than the fried foods of rulers and princes." And that's from his ascetical homilies, homily 17. If one of those 7 tips stood out to you today, I'd love to know. Let me know in the chat or comment if you're watching the replay. Which one are you most excited to try now? Anti-inflammatory eating isn't a diet. It's a return to simplicity, to peace, to being more present in your own bodies. So let's do a quick recap. Systemic inflammation is sneaky, but summer is the perfect time to nourish your body with foods that cool, calm, and heal. From berries and herbs to hydration and simple meals, you can make small changes that bring big peace to your body. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd love if you'd subscribe to the channel and share it. I'll be sharing fasting tips, mindset shifts, recipes, and fitness tips and encouragement rooted in our Orthodox faith to help you steward your health joyfully and sustainably. And if you want to get this started now, you can grab my free guide, How to Get Enough Protein While Fasting. It's full of simple, real food options and recipes to help you feel full and strong without turning to peanut butter at every meal or hummus. So the link is below in the description. And finally, I'd love to hear from you about what topics you'd love to see covered in future lives. Leave your suggestions in the comments and we'll see what we can do. Thank you so much for being here on this inaugural live here on YouTube. You can also join me in my Facebook group, Orthodox Food, Fitness, and Faith, where we have daily tips and conversations. Until next time, stay strong in spirit, sound in body, and sing for joy.